It is so scary. But would you rather live in authenticity and be scared and actually find the relationship that you always wanted that's healthy, healed, and you can have the family that you want because you've worked on yourself and that person worked on themselves, and you're both being vulnerable and you're both being loving and kind and honest and true and genuine and giving, and whew, doesn't that sound amazing? I want to sign up for that. And my body would never make me do something that wasn't for the greater good. And so in this video, I want to share with you why I think quitting alcohol is so monumentally, life-changingly, amazingly, bountiful, beautiful, life-changing. I want to highlight the 5 add values of being sober. And trust, there's like 500. I will never tell you what to do. If anything on this channel, this is one of the top things that I would ask and pray and wish and hope for you to consider and try. It's being sober. For the 5 that I think, if you're sober curious or if you're on your journey, it's a really good reinforcement to watch this and ground into the fact that, okay, what I'm doing is right for me. If you want to drink, if you enjoy drinking, I love that for you. We can go to dinner. You can have all the drinks. I love to watch people drink. Not really, but I don't mind watching people drink. I had a doctor in 2021 that was like, listen, if you want to heal your body of the parasites of SIBO, Candida, H. pylori, oh God, H. pylori, and the ulcers that you're getting, you have to do this very strict diet and you have to quit drinking. And I made it 4 weeks. It was June of 2021. I will not forget it. I ate basically steak. That was basically all I ate because I had SIBO and Candida at the same time. SIBO likes these foods and Candida likes the opposite foods. So there was like basically nothing that I could really eat except for macadamia nuts and meat. And at the time I was dating a vegetarian. I relapsed 4th of July. I was like, fuck this shit, I am done. I can't be social. People won't like me. The lies I told myself. I deserve this. I should be able to do what I want. This parasite should be gone. I'm tired of this. I was just in lack and I was enraged. So definitely the first 90 days, and the research that I did online confirms that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, and I'm gonna be my authentic self, which I always am. It took me a year from then to realize, okay, I have to quit drinking. I didn't choose sobriety. My body pushed me into it. What does that mean? After my mom passed away, I started drinking every day, literally every day. I was out every night. I didn't want to be home. My dog had just died. I was just like raging. I wasn't drinking a lot. I was never really drunk. I've never actually been drunk, which is why when I was given the date rape drug, I knew I had been drugged because I've never been blackout. I've never been inebriated to the point where I don't know what's going on. I've never gotten to that point. I've just never really liked alcohol. I had alcoholic step parents. So my mom married an alcoholic. My dad actually married an alcoholic. Seeing both of them behave in such a way, neither one of my actual parents really drank. So that probably reinforces why I was never really a drinker. But there was a time in my life after my mom passed where I was drinking daily and my body bitch slapped me. My body was like, oh no, bitch, this ain't happening. And I developed terrible parasites. I had ulcers. I was in the worst pain was in the morning after waking up. And I'm just saying like a half of a drink. I quit this drinking situation in 2021. Really in 2022 on my birthday was the last time I drank because I got so sick from one lychee martini. I was so sick. And listen, I recently tried to have a little bit of a tequila shot for my friend's birthday. So sick. My body is like, what are you doing? We're gonna beat you up again. Why do you keep doing this? My body has forced me to be sober. So I'm not in any way saying that this is gonna be easy. I'm not trying to act like I had this like glorious magical time of adjustment. I'm not gonna say that I made the personal choice to do this because I didn't. My body bullied me into it, but I love my body and I honor my body, and my body would never make me do something that wasn't for the greater good. And let me tell you a little secret. I think in the next 5 years, drinking will be the new smoking. Like people will be like, you drink? You heard it here first. I have been thinking about doing a non-alcoholic beverage 4 years now, since 2020, because I think this is the wave of the future. In the 50s and 60s, smoking was healthy. I want you to realize that what you're reading for advertisements and what commercials are telling you are lies. They're lying to you. You don't have to drink cow's milk to be healthy. Why do we drink the breast milk of another animal? I don't get that. I just wasn't getting better. My stomach was upset. I would go months without drinking, and then I would drink, and it would just, it was not healing. There was no improvement on the level of pain from, okay, I had a drink last week, okay, the pain hurts. I had a drink last month, okay, the pain hurts, the same level. Okay, I had a drink 3 months ago, okay, the pain hurts the same level. Like, it was never mitigating, minimizing. It was a constant like burn of ulcers. Have you ever had an ulcer? Like, I don't wish them on enemies. It wasn't really the addiction that was making me want to drink. I've never been a drinker, and I already referenced that too. I had parents that didn't drink. I've never been drunk. I mean, drunk, relatively. I've never been blackout. I've never been like wasted. I've never been wasted. Not everybody can say that. What I struggled with was the social aspect. Here I am now hanging out with people that I used to go to bars with. I used to be at bars every night. I used to walk into the hottest restaurant in town, and there's a line, and I physically walk past the line and I just say, hey so-and-so, hey so-and-so. I know all the people. They hand me a free cocktail, and I just sit there in the hottest place with all my friends. Or were they friends? So that was hard to cut. That's a separation of self. That's an illusion of who I thought I was. Telling all of those friends, okay, yeah, like I want to get together and like hang out, but like I'm not drinking. And they'd be like, I can't compute. I don't like they couldn't processing me not drinking. Like, how are they gonna connect to me? How are we gonna have fun? I literally had some of them say like, I don't know what to do now. Like, what's fun? What should we do? Like, that's mind-blowing to me that without alcohol, people don't know how to have fun. Okay, how about we go for a walk? How about we go to a workout class? How about we go to lunch and we don't drink? So it did start with that. It started with coffees, it started with lunches, it started with walks, and it still is those things. Those are some of my favorite things because you know what's so great? I get in and I get out. I recently had a dinner with a friend that was 2.5 hours, and I was exhausted. I was like, why do I need to hang out with people this long? Like, I am a 1 hour, 1.5 hour, hey, let's chat, catch up, okay, I'm out. Like, post alcohol, I find that I'm way more particular with the people that I spend time with. I had a video where I referenced that a few weeks ago. I just find because we're not foggy, because we're not glazed, we're not inebriated, we're able to do some really great stuff. Let's get into it. Number one, obvious. Your health. Your body improves. Alcohol is used as a cleaning agent. When you want to clean your house, if you look on the materials that you're using to clean your house, it's alcohol. You are ingesting a cleaning agent, an acidic, burn off bacteria cleaning agent. So you're burning the bacteria in your gut, which is why I got sick. I was in an emotional space with my mom. My immune system was not in the best place. And then I got the vid and all systems fell apart. And that's when I gained the weight. And I felt so out of control of my body. We have to make another video about this because this was life-changing, this experience. That brought me through the depths of hell, for sure. That weight journey, because as someone that had an eating disorder who knew how to maintain a very small physique to then have a body inflammation disorder, oh, you go through some mental ish. Oh yeah, you do. Okay, so health. Less calories, you're not unnecessarily eating. When you're drinking, you're craving salt generally, so you want to eat. Even though you're not hungry, you're hungry. Make that make sense, right? You're drinking, so you're drinking calories, so you shouldn't be hungry, but it activates something. Again, I'm not a scientist. I'm just coming off from experience and what I've recently Googled slightly on the internet. Yeah, you get hungry. You eat things mindlessly. You're just numb. You're like, da, 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 da. Oh, here's the food. Let me eat it. Oh, here's the food. Let me eat it. You're not conscious. That's what it is. You are checked out of reality, which is why people drink. So I get why people drink. I get why people drink. I am in no way coming for you. If you choose to drink, if you love to drink, you're probably not watching this video this far if you love to drink. But if you are, thank you. I appreciate you. So you're able to have a smaller physique. I am in the best shape of my life. I have abs. I haven't seen, you're gonna have a stronger immune system because you're not burning your parasites, you're not burning the insides of your body off. You're gonna obviously reduce your cancer scares. I mean, you're poisoning. Alcohol is poison. It's literally poison. Like you are voluntarily, hey, here's my money. Why don't you just kill me? Hey, let's hang out, okay? And again, I'm not judging. I'm not coming for people that choose to drink. Drinking is a social norm. They have conditioned us to think that like drinking is like part of the Bible and so it's necessary, but the Bible doesn't talk about getting wasted. The Bible talks about like sipping. But we're a consumer nation. And of course the alcohol companies want you to drink more. Do you know what made me quit smoking? Yeah, I used to be a smoker. Crazy, stupid, right? But I was a model. You know, it's like what we did. I've heard on the radio, Drex in the morning, they had that morning, I was listening that freaking day, they had pushed through something through Congress or whatever. I don't know the terminology for these things, but I had heard on the radio that they had been approved to increase the amount of additives in cigarettes. So they legally could amplify the amount of chemicals in a cigarette to make you more addicted and to smoke more. And do you know what I did? I got so mad that someone was trying to control me. I literally quit that day. And I have never smoked since. Just hearing that the purpose of the cigarettes was to keep me addicted to it longer and make me smoke more, and someone was trying to control me. And now I think of alcohol that way too. I think of sugar that way. I think of everything that's bad right now that we are kind of canceling. We're finally awakening to the fact that we've been poisoned for decades upon decades for money, for people to make a profit. Also health-wise, your metabolism speeds up. Again, I'm not trying to toot a horn, but I'm in the best shape that I've been. Went to my endocrinologist and I'm off of my thyroid medication. When I was having all these SIBO, h.pylori, candida issues, I did have a doctor diagnose me as pre-diabetic, premenopausal, and my thyroid had stopped working, which is why I had gained so much weight. I was hormonally off balance. To get off of those medications, I'm proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. It was literally 2 weeks ago that I took my last pill. Mid-June of 2024. I was on them for 2 years. I started January 2022. I guess a year and a half. I'll do another video on the whole health situation that I had. We're focusing on drinking right now. I'm getting off topic. Let's rein it back in, Lisa. Okay, number 2, your relationships. I'm not gonna lie. I have had a handful of one-night stands. All of them were in my 20s. None in my 30s. That's a lie. I'm lying to you. I just lied. No, not lying to you again. Less one-night stands in my 30s, far less. But they weren't one-night stands in that they were accidents because I was inebriated. Why am I sharing this? Overshare. In my 20s, a lot of the time it was because I was drinking and I was gullible and I was intoxicated and I was unhealthy mentally and emotionally and I just wanted someone to love me. Those daddy issues were shining through, sis, and I just was like, oh, okay, I've had a few cocktails and you bought them for me and you think I'm pretty? Okay, you can have my whole body. No, cancel. I'm 6 months celibate. And not that I'm like a nun. I'm not trying to be Mother Teresa. Just stepping into this femininity, doing all this healing work has put me in a place where I'm like, to have access to this sacred vessel that births humanity, you gotta really show up. I'm only on Raya, which is an ego boost app. It's really not a dating app because nobody ever really meets each other because it's international. And like, yeah, sure, you're super hot guy from Dusseldorf, which some of the hottest men are in Dusseldorf. I may need to relocate. I'm like circling the drain. I'm like in a spiral right now. You'll be able to go deeper with conversation. You'll be able to share more vulnerably and from the heart. It'll be more meaningful. Yes, it's scary AF. It is scary AF to be sober and have a conversation with someone that you like and say, hey, I like you. It is so scary. But would you rather live in authenticity and be scared and actually find the relationship that you always wanted that's healthy, healed, and you can have the family that you want and you don't have to worry about divorce or any of those things because you've worked on yourself and that person worked on themselves and you're both being vulnerable and you're both being loving and kind and honest and true and genuine and giving and whew, doesn't that sound amazing? I want to sign up for that. We didn't come here to play small. We showed up as humans to rock this. Like rock stars, like the Rolling Stones in their 80s. We showed up to play big. And sometimes we have a life where we want to play small. Maybe you're on that journey. That's cool too. I didn't. I am loaded, locked, ready to go. Also something, you have better sex. I know you think sex is amazing while you're drunk. And I know you think you've got like all these moves while you're drunk that you can't pull out while you're not drunk. But sex is so much better when you're sober. It's gonna take some adjusting. And look, I dated someone recently. This was a big tell that we were not in alignment when he told me he had never had sex sober. I didn't know about that until we had made out a little bit and like flirted a little bit. And it was obvious because we would hang out sober because I don't drink. And so he was like, I won't drink too. And he was so awkward and uncomfortable. And that's gonna be you. You gotta maybe refine your rhythm because I'm more intentional and I'm more aware of what I'm doing, that I can like maneuver things better, which is probably why I never liked being drunk, because I'm better sober with like figuring things out. And like alcohol actually makes me more introverted. Interesting. Alcohol makes me feel uncomfortable to the fact where I'm afraid to be myself because I'm not being myself. And so I am more outgoing and spontaneous and exciting sober. I'm more vulnerable and opinionated while drinking, which people love. It's like Chelsea Handler, get the popcorn. I'm gonna like roast and annihilate people while drinking. I'm pretty fun. I'm fun while drinking. I'm not mean. I don't get scary, angry, you know, like I could have a fun time having a few cocktails, but my body don't like it. One of my tips for improving your relationships, get better friends. Excuse me. I didn't mean better. Get different friends, but better. I joined sober meetups. All of the people in the meetup for the most part are doing the sobriety, I'm 1 month, I'm 3 months, like getting the chips type people, which I love and support. And they have each other to talk about the struggles of it. I'm a year and a half out, so I'm not in that space anymore. We get to do a book club. We go to dinners. We go to lunches. We go for walks. We have activities where drinking isn't the focus. You can tell that people are still learning how to get their footing. They're like baby giraffes. They're like a little socially awkward. If you are sober curious, highly recommend it because you can get real life, honest, genuine stories of why people are happy with the decision that they made to go sober. And again, I'm not trying to make this like a Christianity is the way, sobriety is the way video. Everyone has free will and you're allowed to make the choices that you want. I'm just sharing that for me, my life amplified for the better in a multitude of ways without drinking. I see people now from 2 years ago to today and they're like, what did you do? Like what happened? And quitting drinking is what helped me the most. Back to the health stuff. It lowers your blood sugar, which everyone's on Ozempic right now trying to do the same thing. So there's that, free Ozempic. It lowers your blood pressure. Alcohol has no add value to your physical being. You may think it does because it inebriates you and allows you to act out and perform in a specific way that makes you feel social. But why wouldn't you just quit alcohol and just heal yourself and focus on getting better so that you could be your best self while sober permanently? Like, you'd save so much money So much money. And your body would be so thankful. Your body would be like, thank you. And another big thing that I miss with health, sleep. Sleep. I genuinely feel like water, breathing, and sleep. Sure, food applies too, but you can go without food for like 30 something days. You cannot go that long without sleep. Just like water, just like breathing. You cannot go very long without water, breathing, and sleep. If you've ever been a new mom, not that I have, but you understand how the brain short circuits without sleep. I've had some health issues, right? As I've mentioned in this video, where in the past I would get really bad anxiety that would cause me to literally not sleep some nights. And I don't have those nights anymore. I know I said 5, but these next 3 all kind of like loop together. So maybe this is like a 3 tip, not a 5 tip. Let's do 3. Let's go with 3. Let's erase 5. Let's say 3. Reclaiming yourself is the number 3. Being more true to yourself. Having clarity. Being fully present. Remembering things. Remembering experiences. You have more time for self-discovery. Gasp. You have time to heal yourself. And let me tell you, healing is not for the lighthearted. Healing is rough. I've talked about it on this channel. I've literally done videos about my Cambo Bufo experience, talking about how rough it is. Healing is, that's why most people don't do it. If you were to tell people how hard, how exhausting, how rough, how depleting, how depths of hell healing feels, it's probably why most people don't do it. But if you were to walk in a room and you had such a brightness to your energy and your light, and people were fascinated by you and wanted to know you, wouldn't it be worth healing for? I think it's pretty fun. And I use that star energy to help brighten other little baby stars and help them wish to get brighter, like you, right? That's my intention of this channel, is to help you, baby star, be the brightest star that you can be. I want your light to shine at what level you want. I want you to have the capability to move the spectrum of your light. And right now, alcohol is severely dimming that light. That's facts. Alcohol is not adding value to your life. Step into your power. Get your most connected self to source, because you are source. The more connected to you, the more connected you are. I'm excited for you. I hope this inspired you, even to just test it out. Do it a little less. Maybe drink once a quarter, once a month. Oh, a buzzword that I recently heard, sober fatigue. Don't let it scare you. It's only the first couple weeks. You're detoxing. You will feel out of rhythm, out of alignment, because it's like removing a habit from your life. It's removing a part of yourself from you. But I'm gonna guess you're gonna lose some weight because you're not mindlessly eating late at night just because your blood sugar is off. Also might get the best sleep of your life. And don't let anyone tell you that 8 to 10 hours of sleep is like depressive and you may need to talk to somebody. No. I genuinely think that you are resting to restore your body. Your body's asking for that. Now, if for 6 months you're sleeping 12 hours a day, okay, now we have a problem. But I don't think that's gonna happen for you. I think a few weeks, few months in, you are going to have the most energy that you've ever experienced. And you're gonna think, why didn't I do this sooner? I'm excited for you. Okay, bye for now. I go to these concerts and I watch everybody whip out their phone and film the whole thing. And I'm, first of all, like, who's actually gonna watch your video of the whole concert? That's a true friend, because I won't be watching that. Nobody wants to watch someone else's version of a concert on their phone. You watching it, you focusing on it, you'll remember the people you're with. You'll remember what the air felt like. You'll remember the temperature. You'll remember all of your things versus like, oh yeah, I was there. It was fun. What do you have as a takeaway? Do you remember? Do you have any connective moments where you're like, that was a moment? That was a moment. For me, I went to the concert last night for the Rolling Stones. For me, one of the most memorable moments is when they came out, and I didn't see pictures of them before. They're 80 something. And they, it's a ginormous screen that's like, I'm gonna guess like 100 feet. Ignore me with my terrible math. I mean, it's a jumbotron at a concert. I'm pretty close, so it's ginormous. And this person's face is the entire jumbotron, and they look like a skeleton with skin. I love you guys. This is in no way making fun, but they got their mouth hanging open, and they're like, and I was like laughing because they looked so funny. They weren't the rock star that you remember. They were like these cute old men shuffling around a stage. Like, I will remember that first song, I laughed the entire time.